welcome to Vmt News. My name is Marco Pedroza. For our first story of the day, Los Angeles County will dismiss about 58,000 more marijuana convictions dating back more than 3 decades, an action spurred in part by the state's legislation and recreational marijuana. A few years ago, the county district attorney said Monday this will bring the total number of felony and misdemeanor marijuana convictions identified for dismissal in the county since last year to about 124,000. It clears the path for them to find jobs, housing, and other services that previously were denied to them because of unjust cannabis laws. District Attorney George Gascon said on Monday, November 2016, California voters okays the legislation of recreational marijuana by approving Proposition 64. The proposition's passage also allowed people to petition the judicial system to their old pot convictions expunged. Because a person can have more than one conviction, it was not immediately clear how many people were affected by Monday's announcement. When the county announced the dismissal of nearly 66,000 cases last year, the district attorney office said that it would cover about 53,000 people. In our next story, a woman who was attempting to hike Canada is facing charges connecting to the farm fire, which authorities say she started while trying to boil drinking water. According to a criminal complaint from the Shasta County District Attorney Office in California, Alexandra Sobernera, at 30, faces a felony arson charge with enhancement of committing arson during a state emergency. District Attorney Stephanie Bridget said Sobernera could not face up to 9 years in state prison, though she could face more charges as the fire is still burning and the investigation is still ongoing. Authorities said Sobernera pleaded not guilty. According to authorities, Sobernera had been hiking to the Canada on September 22 and had seen in the Mountain Gate community in Northern California, according to the narrative written by Cal Fire officer. She was told she couldn't be on the property by quarry employees, but kept walking. Sobernera then became thirsty and found a puddle of water in a dry creek bed, but the water allegedly had bare urine in it, so she tried to filter the water with a tea bag, the officer said. She said that didn't work, so she attempted to make a fire to boil the water. She stated it was too wet for her to start the fire. She said she drank the water anyway and then continued uphill from the creek bed, the complaint read. Sobernera got stuck in a brush and called the fire department, the complaint read. She was evaluated for dehydration and questioned by Cal Fire authorities when she allegedly told them she tried to light the fire. Sobernera was taken into custody, the complaint read. Sobernera bail is currently $150,000 and her next court appearance is October 5. Following with a more disturbing story, 3 dismembered bodies, including a child, were found in a dumpster in Texas. The bodies were burned and heavily dismembered, police said in a news release on Friday, adding there were body parts unaccounted for. Authorities tentatively identified one of the bodies of 42-year-old David Luris, who was known to frequently the Dallas area and had some ties to nearby communities. Police said in the release Friday the identity of the child, police said, and the third body is a young teenage boy or adult female. The dismembered condition of the bodies is making the identification process difficult, police said in the news release. Fort Worth firefighters responded to a report of a dumpster fire on 6:17 a.m. local time Wednesday outside of a police business on Bonnie Drive in the city's west side, about a mile south of Interstate 30, police said. Authorities found the bodies in the dumpster while extinguishing the fire, and Fort Worth Police Homicide Unit responded to the scene. Investigators are focused on identifying any suspects in what police called a triple murder. The homicide unit asking for the public's help and seeking for any information on potential missing person who may match the description of the victims. Investigators have learned that the shooter identified in an attack Thursday, Tennessee Kroger, which killed at least one person and wounded 14, was asked to leave his morning.
I'm sorry, what, sir?
According to an update provided by the Coralville Police Department on Monday. The shooter, identified by police as a 29-year-old UK Thang, moved into Collierville in the summer of 2020 and was a third-party vendor working inside Kroger, the update said. Collierville police are processing electronic evidence as well as the crime scenes, vehicles, and interviewing other potential witnesses in the case, an update said. With active police investigations, many of the case details cannot be shared until the investigation is complete, the release added. When the shooting began Thursday, 44 employees were working in the store. Police Chief Dalian said, by the end, at least one person, customer Olivia King, was killed in the chaos, Kroger said. In our next touching story, the Clermont Police Department in Florida announced on Monday that the mother has been reunited with her daughter, who was just 6 years old when she was abducted from her home in 2007. According to a news release, the Clermont Police Detective Division said that it received a call on September 2 from Angelica Beneses Salvo, who told authorities she had been contacted by her daughter, Jacqueline Hernandez, on social media. Hernandez told her mother she was in Mexico and requested she meet her at the point of entry in Laredo, Texas, on September 10, police said. On September 10, authorities from Homeland Security Investigations, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, and the Laredo Police Department intercepted the pair at the Laredo border. We'll be right back with the weather after the short break.
Introducing the Chair Series X. Do you have back problems? Look no further. The Chair Series X is a chair that is designed to fit all your needs and desires. The Chair Series X will adapt to your desired position with a lever that you can adjust to your position. It is very aesthetic and has a great style that is unlike any other. The Chair Series X is very resistant and will last for a very long time. The Chair Series X will only be available for a limited time period, so make sure you don't forget to buy it.
Thank you for staying with us. Today's forecast will be on the 94s. It will be mostly sunny with winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. At night, it will be mostly clear skies, low 69 F winds. Winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. For tomorrow's weather, we will be in the 92s. It will be mostly sunny with high winds. Winds will be at 5 to 10 miles per hour. At nighttime, we will be at 68 degrees with a mostly clear sky. On Thursday, October 14, we will be in the 93s with an abundant sunshine. We will have 93 Fahrenheit winds to 5 to 10 miles per hour.
Resuming moments like these starts with protecting our kids against COVID-19 and dangerous new variants. Get the latest facts by visiting getvaccineanswers.org and speaking to your pediatrician or healthcare provider.
Thank you for being with us. In sports, Stephen Garrett, a manager of Scottish football team Rangers, said he's not surprised Sparta Prague fans booed Glenn Karama during their 1-0 defeat in Europe League on Thursday. The Finnish midfielder alleged he'd been racially abused by his Slavia Prague offender Andrei Kudela in March, and Kudela received a 10-match ban from UEFA. He missed out on playing on Euro 2020 for Czech Republic as a result. When Rangers returned to pray for his match, the crowd started loudly booing when black player, in particular Karama, touched the ball. Sparta's Letna Stadium was supposed to be closed for fans for this match after the UEFA sanctioned the club when fans directed racist chants at Monaco Aurelien Chouameni. However, UEFA allowed more than 10,000 children to attend Thursday match with some accompanying adults. The 25-year-old was sent off in the 74th minute. Red said that after the match that while he did not hear the booing in the match when Karama touched the ball, he was not surprised. If that's the case and that is the truth, it's obviously very disappointing, but I'm not surprised we're playing behind closed doors apparently for a reason. It's not the first time there's been an issue at this place, Jared told BT Sports. The former Liverpool at England International also said football's government bodies need to do more combat racism and discrimination. Two head-chomping symbiotes aren't better than one. In Venom, let there be carnage. A mind-numbingly tiresome sequel filled with uninspired comedy at the CGI monster fight that seems to drag on forever. Although this falls under the Sony umbrella, it represents most toothless enterprise under Marvel's banner since the cinematic march began in 2008. Tom Hardy produced and shared story credit in addition to starting in his follow-up to the 2018 film, with Andrew Serkis sliding into the director's seat, having previously helmed the effects heavy Mogul, Legend of the Jungle. Sturck's dexterity in the realm of motion capture performances doesn't translate into this endeavor, as the movie essentially pummels the audience for 90-some odd minutes, and expanding on the original, the heart of the film becomes the weird cross between Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde with buddy comedy, with Hardy's journalist Eddie Brock uncomfortably sharing his body with a perpetually hungry alien symbiote Venom, having worked out a system to control his ordinary guest who keeps making demands like, "Let me eat him," by simply saying, "You live in my body, you live by my rules." Thank you for being with us this morning. We hope that you're with us the next time here at VMT News. Have a great day.